This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Good morning, team. In this Azure Data Engineering Master Program, in today's session, we will talk about copy multiple files from Source Blob Storage to Sink Blob Storage in ADF. So we will discuss how to copy multiple files from the Source Blob Storage to the Sink Blob Storage using the Azure Data Factory. As part of today's session, we will learn quick recap of yesterday ADF lab, whatever we have done. Then scenarios. Today's session not only just copying multiple files, within that there are different scenarios that we are going to see today. So I'll explain to you the different scenarios that we are going to learn today. Then today lab Q&A. For example, in order to develop or in order to fulfill all the scenarios that we discuss, how many linked services we need, how many data sets we need. So that particular question and answers we will be discussing. Then prerequisites, what all things we need in order to complete today's scenarios. Then required resources, what resources we need from the Azure. So then we will be creating a Azure account. The first lab we will start with the creating the Azure account. Then we will be looking at the hands-on steps, what all things we need to do in order to develop all the scenarios using the ADF pipelines. Finally, some assignments. Okay, so I'll be giving you some assignments. Whoever is having time, you can just do whatever I'm telling plus assignments. Okay, but if you don't have time to do the assignments, that is not a big deal, because whatever we are explaining, same thing. So little changes I have done, but very similar. Whatever I am explaining, that lab, even if you complete, well and good. If you still have time, you want to learn other things also, you want more practice, then you can do the assignment, so that it will make you more familiar with the things. You will get like more confidence on the pipeline development. Okay, let's quickly recap yesterday what we have discussed. So if you remember, in order to copy data from a source storage to the sink storage, before that I have given a one one example where one of your friend and you went to a tour, and you have taken a lot of photos. Now you want to send the photos from your friend mobile gallery. Okay, your friend mobile in gallery app, he has all the photos. Now we want to send them to the mobile too. So for this, first what we need to do, Tim? First what we need to do,
Unlock the mobile
unlock the mobile using the pin, thumb recognition
thumb,
or pattern. You
thumb.
can unlock it. Okay, this is the first unlocking, is nothing but you are establishing the connection. So then you are selecting the required pictures that you wanted to send. Then what you are doing, you are taking a WhatsApp ID or mail ID to whom you want to send the delivery address, target address, and to that particular address you are sending. When you send this, he has to receive it. If you want to receive it, he should allow you, and he also has to say where this particular received images should save in his mobile. So he has mentioned that, so this images should be saved in the gallery app in the mobile too also. So when we send it, it will be received into the mobile to gallery. But who will be doing all these things? Network is doing. Who is managing this? Apps, WhatsApp application, or email web app, or email application. So these things basically handling or managing these things. This is one of the example we have given here. If you see, to move the some images from mobile 1 to mobile 2, so you have to establish two connections, one connection for the mobile 1, another connection for the mobile 2. Similarly, you are selecting the locations in the two different places. Source side, you are pointing to the source location from where we need to read these photos, and the target side, we are pointing where these photos should be saved in the target side. Next, we are defining the task. What we want to do, we want to send a copy of this photo to the target. So all these things we are able to do with the help of network. So this network we are using within the application like WhatsApp or email. Okay, using the, because even if you send it using WhatsApp ID or mail ID, without network, that photo will not deliver, because here the network is helping us to do. Similar example I have given. If you're switching a house from one like Bangalore to Hyderabad, for example, so first you need to unlock the house, you need to pack everything, you need to take delivery address, you need to unpack the things, and you need to unlock the Hyderabad house and keep it in the Hyderabad house. Now, who is doing this? Delivery boys is doing. All these things are managed by the delivery manager. Here also, if you see, when you are like moving from one home to another home, two times you have unlocked, because you have to unlock the Bangalore house, you have to unlock the Hyderabad house. Okay. Then source side, you need to take all the items, you need to like pack it, and you take the delivery address target where we want to send this, and go there and you unpack it, and you can keep it in the Hyderabad house. So delivery boys is doing, delivery manager is managing. Very similar to that. So when we are moving the files from blob storage input to the blob storage output folder, first we need to create a linked service. How many linked services we need? Total two linked services. One is for the source, one is for the sink. So for example, now you connected to the source storage. Now you take all the data that you want it to be copied into the target. Then you take the delivery address, meaning in the copy activity you will say this is the source, my source is this, my target is this, with the help of the data sets. So input data set will point to the source location, output data set will point to the target location where we want to keep. In order to keep these files in the target location, first you should have a permissions to send these photos into the target site storage account in the output folder. Who is doing all these things? Integration runtime. Who is managing all these things? Azure Data Factory. So this is what we discussed yesterday, and we completed the lab as well. But very similar to this, we have a labs. Okay, so one more quick recap. Azure Blob Storage is a cloud-based storage service provided by Microsoft Azure. For example, you know, right, Google Drive. So which is a storage where you can able to create a files, videos, audio, anything you can able to upload. Similarly, blob storage is a cloud based storage. It is a storage available in the cloud provided by the Microsoft Azure. This is used to store large amount of unstructured data. Unstructured data comes like, you can consider as a audio, video, images, all these things comes under a unstructured data. And text means normal text file. Maybe let's say you are writing some kind of a story which is very big, like let's say if you take any case, normally if you see, when you have a, now we have a issue with the Kolkata doctor issue. I hope many of you are aware, right? Now CBI is inquiring, and they'll create a like 4,000 pages of data. So they will collect lot every aspect that they are checking. So everything that they are doing investigation, everything they'll put it in the charge sheet. So that will come around 4,000 pages or 5,000 pages like that. Even if you have a very huge data, such data also you can able to put it in the blob. Images, any images you can put, videos, any backup. So backup is also very very important, because whenever you are bringing some data from client location to cloud, we always take a backup. Because if something goes wrong, if somebody, some developer by mistake deleted the data, you can't go and ask the client, hey client, sorry, I lost the data, can you provide me data once again? If you ask like that, client will feel bad. These people don't know how to manage the data. So that's why in every project we take another copy, that is called a backup copy, and we will keep it safely. Whenever anything wrong happened to our original data, we will take it from the backup. So how to take backup, everything we will come to know. Okay, as we discussed, in the blob you have a account, under that we have a folders, under that we can upload images, files, audio, video files. So for those files, metadata will be stored. Okay, so till here we discussed yesterday, team. I just spent some time to recap whatever we discussed, as we went little faster yesterday, as I have a lot of slides to explain. So anybody have any doubts till here? So that if you have questions, I'll answer. If you don't have any questions, I'll start with the new concepts for today. Please respond, team. Anybody have any questions? Okay. At least I am not able to hear if anybody is asking. So I am
Yeah,
considering nobody's having
yeah,
any questions. Fine. Now let's see scenarios for today team. Okay. First thing that we will do is same lab as yesterday, copying single CSV file from source storage input container to sink storage output container as a CSV file. For example, you have input container with a CSV file. That file as it is, I want to copy into the target. That is the first thing that we will be doing today. Second thing is copy multiple files from source storage input container to sink storage output container. For example, in input container, I have two CSV files, one JSON file, one Parquet file I have. So I want to bring all of them into the output folder. This is the second scenario we are going to cover today. The third scenario we will cover is when we have a mixed files in input container, like here you are seeing, right? CSV, JSON, Parquet. We need to copy only JSON files from source storage input container to sink storage output container. For example, you see here input is having two CSV files, one JSON file, one Parquet file. But I want to copy only .json files, not custom.json. If you have a one more file called, let's say, if you have a sales.json, I also wanted to copy sales.json. So I'm not copying one. All the .json extension files I want to copy. Everybody understood, Tim? Not only custom.json, if you have a multiple JSON files, all .json extension files I want to copy into the target. Everybody understood this? For example, you think of here I have one more file called sales.json. If I have a sales.json, I want to copy cust and sales. These two files only I want to copy because cust.json, sales.json. Only JSON extensions files only I want to copy. Next. So when we have a mixed files in input container, credit underscore daily.csv, cust.csv, cust.json, user data.parquet, copy only cust prefix files from source storage input container to sink storage output container. For example, you see here you have a credit underscore daily.csv, cust.json, cust.csv, user data.parquet. Now what I want, I don't care about the extension. I only care about customer files. So if the file name starts with cust, I'll copy all such files. Now you see cust, but extension is different. Cust.csv, cust.json. But I am copying all the files which are having a cust as a prefix. So these four labs we will be doing. Don't think too much. Very, very, very simple. Whatever we have done yesterday, you need to do same thing. Small changes you need to do within the same pipeline so that these things will work. So in these four scenarios, anybody have any doubt?
yeah, Malia. In
Anybody?
third
Hmm,
scenario, we have four files from
hmm,
one folder in the source, right? We are
hmm.
loading these files to different folders with different dot CSV is one folder, dot JSON is one folder, dot Parquet is one folder, right?
So you are totally confused. Looks like. See here. So source storage, we create input container, input folder, you can say.
Yeah,
Sink storage, target side, I'll create another storage account. In that
yeah,
storage account, I'll create a folder called output folder. So now from the source input folder, you have multiple files, but as per our requirement, customer asked to filter and take only .json files from source storage input container to sink storage output container. So that's why
yeah,
I also explained one more example here. If you have a sales.json here, we will be
yeah.
also passing that sales.json because that file is also having extension as .json.
Gotcha.
Like it is not like a cust is a folder and all. Input is a source side folder, output is a target side folder.
Yeah, if you want to load different types of files to different folders in the sync, that is
Those
also
scenarios
possible.
will come into the picture because it takes some time, because those
Okay.
scenarios take some time. Definitely all those things will come to know end of the training. Okay, at
Fine.
end of the
Fine.
training. So slowly, because now you are
Yeah.
seeing, right, yesterday to today I introduced some new
Yeah.
scenarios. Slowly, because I am constructing a house, I just started
Yeah.
building the house. It takes some time to complete the house construction. Very
Yeah.
similar to this, it takes some time for you to understand everything, all scenarios, how we can able to fulfill using the ADF or Synapse or Fabric. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah. So for few days, you focus on whatever I am telling. After few days, you will come to know, okay, first for 1 week, at least if you see, you will come to know, okay, how I am taking you into the advanced things and all, you will come to know. But for 1 week, you just focus on whatever I am telling. Okay. Because what I am seeing many of the times, people are asking a questions which is very advanced, but those things will come because you need a basic things. You need to be very strong, then only you can able to understand the very complex labs. Okay, any other questions, team? Anybody have any other questions? Fine. Now you come here. Now let's move on to the next one. So today lab, how many linked services we need, team, to copy one file or multiple files to the target site, source storage to target storage? How many linked services we need? Two linked services, team. Remember, whenever two storages involved mean two linked services we need. How many data sets we need? Maybe you are not aware at this moment, but still remember, for all these labs, you need only two data sets. Very similar to yesterday, however you created, same way you will create two data sets only we need. How many copy activities you need? You will be using only one copy activity, and you will keep changing the configurations to fulfill all the four scenarios. How many pipelines? Only one pipeline. What type of IR we use is Azure Integration Runtime, which supports data movement within the cloud. Within the cloud means blob to blob. Blob is source blob is also cloud. Sink blob is also cloud. That's why you are moving data from cloud to cloud, which is also nothing but you are moving data from public network to public network. So whenever you are moving like this, you have to use a Azure integration runtime. But we have a depth session on the Azure integration runtimes. Okay, don't worry. Prerequisite, you should have some knowledge on what is a storage account, what is Azure Data Factory integration runtime, linked service data sets, activities, and pipelines. Okay. So within the Azure Data Factory, we have integration runtime, which is a computer. So that computer we are using to establish the connection using linked service. So linked service we use to connect. After connecting, using that connection, we read the data using the data set. So that data set will point to location. So that data set we will be using in the activities. Activities will be using in the pipeline. You need to see this is the dependency. Link integration runtime we use in the linked service. Linked services are used in the data sets. Data sets are used in the activities. Activities are used in the pipeline. Isn't it correct or wrong? Have you observed that? So now pipeline is nothing without activity. Activity is nothing without data set. Data set is nothing without linked service. Linked service is nothing without integration runtime. There is a dependency. That's why you should aware of these components. As you know, storage account is a cloud storage account. It can able to store any type of data. Okay. Next, required resources. If you see, first we have to create a two storage accounts and one Azure Data Factory. We need to create it. Okay. Hands-on steps today. You see, team. We need to create a Azure account is the first step. Second step is we need to create a two storage account, source storage and sink storage. Then we need to create a one data factory. So two storages why you are creating, because you need a source, you need a sink storage. Then we'll be creating a data factory. So after that, I have a source storage, I have Sink storage. Within the source storage, I'll be creating input folder and I'll upload not only CSV, I can upload CSV and mixed files I'll upload. Then I'll be creating the output folder in the Sink storage account. Create a linked service for the source blob, create a linked service for the Sink blob, then create a source data set, Sink data set, then create a pipeline. Within the pipeline, you have to use the copy activity. Then you can debug and test output folder to make sure the expected files are loaded into the Sink storage or not. Okay. So let's start with the first step, that is we need to create a Azure account. Okay. So I am starting with this. Anybody have any doubts before I start this? Anybody have any doubts before I start the things? Okay, fine. First thing is, whenever you are creating Azure account, I highly recommend you to go with the Microsoft Edge. Okay, within the Microsoft Edge, close other tabs. Now you can see save site. What you can do is you can go to the incognito mode, new private window. Okay, new private window. So here you can say simply to create a Azure account, portal.azure.com you have to set it. What you need to say? URL, remember your lifetime you need to remember this URL. What is the URL? Portal.azure.com. Clear team. So that's why we will call it as a Azure portal, Azure portal. So that thing when you are accessing, you need is a portal.azure.com, enter. Now it is asking, do you have a Microsoft account to login? But I don't want to log in. I don't have even account. That's why down it is saying you no account, create a one. Yes, I want to create a one. Click on create one. Now it is asking, you have already mail ID. You can enter the mail ID. With the existing mail ID, we will create a Azure account. If you don't have even email ID, then click on get a new email address. Now let's say this is a Cloud Pandit 65, batch number 65. That's why I'll give here the name of the mail ID is Cloud Pandit 65 outlook.com. Okay, click next. Now it is asking to provide the password. So I can provide some password here. Let's provide some password here. Okay, I provided a password. You can just, if you want to show the password, you can show the password. If you don't want to show the password, you can leave it. For example, if you want to see the password, okay, I am just putting something. Now you see show password, you can see cloud@123, something like that. Once you are given, okay, now you can click on next. You can give some like some date of birth. Okay, you can give original if you want. Okay, or you can give some dummy. Okay, whatever you want to give, you can give. Make sure this account should be accessible always for you. Now click next. It is what it is saying, help us beat the robot. Yes, I'll do that. Click next. It is very simple. This like fingers are pointing upward direction almost, right? So what you need to do, this chair also you need to move in that direction to make sure you are a human. See, now I moved the chair towards that direction. Click submit. Your verification is completed. Now Azure account is created. That much simple. Now Azure account is created. You can see that how simple it is. Are you feeling comfortable in creating Azure account team? But now the actual thing comes into the picture. You can't go and use the Azure account directly. For example, people who are doing MS, people who are working in a different universities, they have their university ID. Like if they log in with that user ID instead of outlook.com, they can use a student benefits. For example, we all are not a students, we all are a working professionals. So now what you can do is you can go and create a Azure free trial account which gives you 200 free credits for your Azure account, which can be used within a 30 days. Now for example, This $200 you consumed within the 15 days. What will happen for remaining 15 days? Your account will be disabled within the 15 days only if you consume $200. Second case, today is 30th day. I created my subscription. Last month 10th I created my subscription. Today is the September 10th. 30 days is over. Now what is going to happen? I have consumed only $20. Still $180 I have, meaning 2000 something like that I consumed, but remaining 14,000, 13,000 is still available in the Azure account. Now you can't use it. 30th day your account will be disabled. That's why you need to make sure that this Azure free trial account $200 you have used properly. That is where I told you at the beginning of our training, I'll create a group of 5 people. One person within that group, one person should create free trial, share access with others, share access with others, with other 4 members. Okay. Now 1 month you will use this, because I know 100% $200 you can't close it. You can't completely you can't able to consume the $200. Like ADF is very cheap. Okay. Next, the second month what you can do, second month second person creates free trial. Okay, and he will give access to use his subscription. So like that we need to do the grouping. So I'll do the grouping as soon as possible, but now I'll tell you how to create a free trial. Very simple. Click on the start free trial. Very simple. You can see pay as you go means like me. You need to consume every month Azure services. End of the month, you need to make the payment. For that, you need to have some credit card, something you need to refer. Try Azure for free. You have to click if you want free subscription. Here you need to give your name, your address, everything. Let's say I have given everything here, Tim. Okay, 65@outlook.com. So there is a phone number. So I'm use the same phone number. I'm saying use the same phone number, and then I'm asking to call me. Okay, I got the call. I'm lifting the call.
This is Microsoft. If you are trying to sign in, press the pound key to continue. 143 049. Again,
Okay,
your code is.
so you have to just verify code.
143.
You no need to listen second time if you correctly entered. Otherwise, you can listen second time. Okay. Now I have successfully verified. Okay, you can give something like this. Telangana. I agree. I would like Microsoft to share. Click next. So finally, it is asking for the identity verification by card. Okay, this is the place where you need to enter your card details. It will send you OTP. That OTP, if you keep it here, it will create a Azure account for you. Okay, so you can see you need to enter your username, card holder name, card number, expiry date, CVV. You can put your details. Click sign up team. It will send you the OTP. If you put the OTP, it will create a free trial subscription for you. Okay, These are the steps you need to follow in order to create it, because I don't have active card to show you that, but definitely so I have recording where I have entered my card details, and it has generated a OTP. As soon as I put the OTP, it is created the free trial. So you can do it. If anybody facing any issue, you can let me know. Are you all clear on this? Are you all clear on this, team? So these are the very final steps. Very simple it is. These are final steps that you need to follow. Clear? Fine. Close tabs. Yeah. So with this, we are able to successfully create the Azure account with the subscription. How you can able to create also I have explained to you. Now, as per our lab, so first step we completed creating Azure account with subscription. Now we will start with our lab. Okay. So now once you create your account, you can log in into, you will be there in the account. You can log in with your credentials. I'll create the groups also by today EOD, and you can start creating. Okay. Create a two storage accounts team, source storage and Sink storage. Okay. So I'll go to the here. Okay, first let me explain to you Azure portal all the options as well, because yesterday it was hurry, I have not explained. So this is the place where you can sign out if you want. If you want to sign in with some different account, you can do it. Now this is the place where you can share some feedback to the Microsoft. Okay, and this is the notifications. If Microsoft wanted to notify your billing issues or any uh, latest services that they are introducing, latest features, everything they will notify you here. Okay, so they will be sorry, here it is help plus support team. You can able to ask the help and support. Sorry, notification is here. Okay, here the notification will come. This is a help plus support. You can raise the tickets. So when we will come here, for example, you are looking for some compute which is a large, that large computer you are not able to create, you want to raise a ticket to the Microsoft. You can just say here, I have a quota issue, for example, click on go. So you have issues with your service and subscription limits, click OK. I have some issues with the subscription. It is saying this subscription won't support something. Now you can create a support request. Click on create support request to the Microsoft. So service, this is the issue. So I can say some alert issue, something like this. You can just say what is your issue, next additional details, what exactly the problem, description of the problem. If you have any screenshot, you can upload and you can submit the ticket. Microsoft will receive this ticket, and they will assign somebody to work on that and fixing that particular issue. Okay, next this is the settings, basically in which account you are currently, it will show you. Okay, appearance and all, if you want to change the colors, how the Azure portal should look and feel, so everything we can able to change it, but don't change any colors. This is the shell scripting, PowerShell scripting, you can able to do it here. So maybe I'm not sure how many of you are aware, shell scripting and PowerShell scriptings are used for the automation purpose. You can able to use those things. Okay, now whenever you need some service, you can search it for here. Click on these three dots. Here you can see what is meant by favorite list. If you feel some service you are going to use very frequently, you can add them in the favorite list. For example, so you see your data factory is not showing in my favorite list, correct? So these are the favorite list where the services which we frequently use will be there here. But you want to add data factory as a favorite list. It is currently, it is not in favorite list. Now what you need to do, go to all services, search for data factory. Okay, you see data factory, so you need to click, select this star. Now you come to these three dots, go to the favorite list. Now you see down data factory is added now. Okay, that's how you can do it. Instead of searching, you can also go by category wise. Machine learning services, if you want to see, all the machine learning services will be there. Bot service. Okay, analytics. So you need data factory, Azure HD Insight, or data lake analytics, Azure Databricks. Some of these things are already decommissioned, we won't use it. Compute. So if you want some storage, some virtual machines, images and all, you can use here. If you want some databases, you can see Azure SQL database and all. Next, some storages. If you want, you can go and see here. See, storage account that we are using is part of the storage category. So like that, you can also see the things by category. Okay, is this clear till here? So till now we completed how to create Azure account, how to create a subscription, and Azure portal overview. Now let me start with the actual lab. Now we need to create a two storage accounts. Okay, in order to create a two storage accounts, what I am doing, so I clicked on the home to come here. Click on the storage account. If it is not showing for you storage account here, you search your storage account, click on storage account. Click on create a storage account. So as I mentioned, subscription is used to pay the charges for the usage of Azure services. So there are two types of subscription as I mentioned, postpaid and prepaid. Whatever I am using is a postpaid. After month end, I'll get the bill, I'll be making the payment. Resource group. Resource group is nothing but a grouping of resources which you are using for a particular task. For particular task, whatever resources you are using, you can keep them in a one group. Generally in real time you have different environments. Okay, because for example you are using a WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, to deliver to the end user, first they will develop the WhatsApp code in the one computer, then same code will be copied into another computer. There they will be testing after copying to the other computer, is it working or not. If it is working in the test computer also, finally they'll put it in the production computer. From there end users can utilize the application, can use the application, right? So very similar to that, you have a different environments in real time. So here we have a dev, UAT, prod, right? Like that. For resource group, we will create for each environment. That's why from now onwards, I'll say Cloud Pandit, dev -rg, development environment resource group. Okay. What is the storage team? Storage is a Cloud Pandit Source Blob. Okay, Cloud Pandit Source Blob. Next, it is talking about a region. A region is also very important, but yesterday we don't have time. That's why I skipped explaining the region also. Very, very important region. Okay. So what is region? Anybody have any idea? What is region team? Anybody have any idea? Region is nothing but a location. What is meant by cloud? What is meant by on-premise? On-premise is nothing but a, let's say this is the computer, whatever training I am giving from one of the laptop. This laptop is in my location. This is managed by me. If any security patching needs to be updated, I need to take care. If any application need to be installed, I should take care everything. What are the consequences if at all any bad things happened when you install this particular application? If bad virus something is installed, your system get hacked. So you need to take care of all those things. But everything is, I am responsible for everything. But now you are using a cloud services. Who is responsible for managing all the cloud services? Who is responsible for managing cloud services?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Microsoft. As you are using Azure services, Microsoft is responsible. Next question. So my computer, it is in my home. I am giving training from my home. So my computer is also home. But this storage account, in where, from where you are taking the storage account?
Data center availability zone.
Very good. Remember, cloud is nothing but it is not really a cloud where in the sky people will put the storages and there it will not store. Cloud is nothing but, for example, you consider as a, this is a world map. Okay, here you have America, here you have, let's say, UK, here you have a Canada, then you have India here, let's imagine. Here you have some China, let's say, okay, Russia, Australia, something like this. You have a different countries in the worldwide. Now these cloud providers are going to keep the storages within a US. 4 different places they will keep the data centers. Data centers means Those are the places where they'll keep the huge storages, computers, everything they'll be managing. Okay, you just think of, if you heard about data center which is coming in Hyderabad, so which is nothing but they are keeping a new data center in the Hyderabad. Now as of now 3 data centers are there in India. Okay, one is in Chennai, one is in Mumbai, and one is, I am not very sure about it, but there is a Central India, South India. You have so one more location is there. I did not remember. You can search here to see what are the third location. So similarly in US you can see multiple location. You can think of Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi. So these are the main cities where you have a data centers. You can keep the data center. Similarly in US main cities they maintain the data centers. Microsoft is also maintaining data centers in India. So let's say they are keeping data centers in China, they are keeping data centers in UK, they are maintaining data centers in Canada. Everywhere you have the data centers. Okay, these are the data centers. Now what we want to do with these data centers is, my business I am doing in India means I'll create my storage in India. I am doing business in US means I'll create a storage in US. The reason is, my business in US means data generated in US, I want to store data within the US. That's why. Okay, so based on for which client you are working, you have to create your storage also in that location. Now you see here, if you see India, let me show you India. See Central India, South India, West India. Okay, 3 data centers we have in India. Let's say you take a US, you take a US. See, Central US, East US, South Central US, West US 2, West US 3. Okay, you have lot of East US 2, North Central US, West Central US, West US. Okay, so something like this. These are the different US data centers we have. You can also see in Canada. See Canada Central, Canada East. Okay, UK you want to check. You can also see in UK in where and all you have data centers. So these are the things. But main data center for Microsoft is East US. That's why if you take a services in East US, mostly will not have any issues. But for free trial, East US is limited, because if free trial people are using resources, the real business users they can't provide. That's why it is limited. Okay, fine. So I am taking a East US data center, and performance you need a standard which is recommended for most scenarios. Premium is recommended for the low latency. If you want to access data very quickly from the storage account, you can go with the premium. Charges little higher. Redundancy means you will have a backups. Backups can be stored within the same data center. One copy in the Hyderabad, one copy in the Bangalore. So zone redundancy means, one copy in India and let me tell you, it is confusing you, right? Locally means within the same data center we will keep the 2 copies. Within the same data center 2 copies will be there. Geo means in India 1 copy, USA another copy. So I'm telling you, country wise 2 copies will be made. 3 copies total in 3 different countries. 3 copies will be maintained. Geo means geographically. Zone means within a same country. Okay, instead of storing in a same data center 2 copies. Okay, same data center 2 copies. So in Hyderabad 1 copy, then Mumbai 1 copy, like that they'll keep, because Mumbai, if it is completely flooded and data center is gone, we will have a other data center within the India to take the backup. Got it? Like that you have a geo and locally. Geo zone redundancy means 1 copy locally, 1 copy in other city within the same country, and one more copy in the other country. Something like that. Geo zone redundancy will be there. So those are the backups. No need to worry too much on those things. So with this is a source blob I am creating. Click review plus create. click create. So very similar to that, come to the second tab. Let's create our Sink storage account. Go to storage account, click on create storage account. This is the resource group, Cloud Pandit, Sink Blob. Somebody has taken Sink Blob, you can put it as a target blob. Same data center, or let's say from east to west to India, I want to move the data. So that's a target. I want to keep it as a India data center. Let's say South India, I'll keep it. Okay. With this, click review plus create. Got it, team? Any confusion? Any questions? Click create. Come to the third tab. Let's create a data factory here. Okay, search for data factory. If it is not showing here, there, click on data factory, click create data factory. So when you are creating any service, you need to have a subscription. You need to choose this resource group. Name of the data factory is Cloud Pandit -dev-adf workspace. So region is east to west. Anything you can take. Okay, let me take it as the east to west. So it is this option they have to remove. 2020 or before, we were having a ADF version 1, which is a coding. You need to write complete coding, but now there is no coding involved in the ADF. Okay, now they made it everything as a visualized application. Okay, something. Click review plus create. Click create. Source blob is ready. Target blob is ready. Now the ADF is also we deployed. Now what I'll do, instead of explaining through the hands-on steps, I'll open my paint and I'll show you. It will make you the things. It will make the things little simple. Okay. So now we created a source storage team, correct? And then we created a Sink storage. We created the data factory as well, correct? Now what we will do, I'll go to the source blob. This is the Sink blob. This is the ADF. This is the ADF. Okay. Okay. Now you see source blob, Sink blob, ADF you have. Now I'll go to the source blob. I'll create a input container. I'll create which container team? I'll create a input. Input is the container. I'll create and I'll upload a first same thing. I'll complete it. First, what I'll do, I'll upload credit daily.csv. I'll upload here that particular. Okay, first let me complete this. Let me go to the source blob, create a container and upload the file. Go to source blob, go to resource, click on the containers, click on container. This is input, right? Just give it as input, click create. Inside input, let's upload, browse for files. So I'll be uploading okay, I'll share the files today with you as well. So this is the credit underscore daily.csv file I have uploaded. So within the CSV file, if you see, this is the data, same data that we have yesterday. Okay, same file. I created an input container and I uploaded the file. How I did this? Within the overview down, if you come data storage under that containers, you come to container, click on container, create input folder. Inside input container, you can just click on upload, uploaded the file. Okay, I hope till here it's clear, right? Is it clear till here, team?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is the output. I am creating an output container. Okay, this is what, team? This is the output container. So let me go and create a sync side output container. Come to target block, go to resource. So again same, under data storage, go to containers. Let's click on create container. Give the name of the container as output. Click create. So with this, we are able to create the output container as well. So till here, any doubts? Till here, anybody have any doubts? I'm asking you. Okay, if no doubts, it's okay. Come to here. Now what we need to do, we need to open the ADF workspace, and let me explain to you. Go to data factory, go to resource. After that, where I need to click, team? Where I need to click? Launch Studio. You see here, Launch Studio, you need to click. Now data factory workspace is opening. Okay, come to manage tab. So I told you three things are important. Manage tab to manage your integration runtime, connections, schedules also. If you want to schedule your pipeline to run every day, you can use the manage. Author tab, where you will create a data sets, pipelines, some data transformations, everything we will be developing here. Now go to manage tab, click on linked service. Yeah. Go to manage tab, go to integration runtime. So the first component is integration runtime, which is already available. Using this integration runtime, I want to create a two linked services. So click on new. So what I need to search here, team? What I need to search
Blob.
here? Blob. Just to search as a blob. It will come as a blob. Select it. Give the name of the storage. For example, first I'll connect to the source. So ls linked service for the blob, it is for the source storage. I am using integration runtime is the existing integration runtime. So account keys, many people are asking yesterday. So account key means where it is, how it is coming, and let me show you. Instead of selecting and passing the account key automatically, let me enter manually to give you more confidence. So enter manually storage account name. What is the storage that you want to connect? If you come here, this is a source blob. Click on source blob. Here in the containers down, if you see access keys, come to access keys. Here you see storage account name. Copy this, put that name in the data factory. Here you paste it. Again, go to the first tab where you have source blob. Keys, copy this key. Again, go to your linked service, paste the storage account key here, and you can test the connection. This is the key that we are using to establish the connection. See, connection is successful. Once connection is successful, after testing, you can click create the connection. If you come back to the source blob, see, last rotated when this key was changed last time is today only it is created. 0 days ago it is saying. Rotate key means if you click on this, new key will generate, but this key generation will not be done very frequently, maybe every 90 days or 150 days, something like that. Admin team is managing those things. We don't have to worry much about them as a developer. Okay. Now go to your data storage container. This is the input container which has this file that you want to load it into the output folder, which is currently empty. So for that, what you are trying to do, you open the ADF. Now you already created the source connection to blob. Now next what we need to do? Next what I need to do, tell me.
Right.
So source data set reference.
So you can also fulfill, establish the sync linked service also, so that the linked service part will be completed. That's why try to complete the sync linked service as well. Okay, come here. Let's click on new linked service. Again, for what I need to search here,
Blob.
Same
blob.
blob.
Select blob. Name of the storage is ls blob for sync. This is the same integration runtime account key, but here I'll use a subscription instead of account key. See, when I choose subscription and storage name, account key is loading. You are seeing, right? See, loading key will be loaded automatically.
Malaya, we are
Okay,
creating connection to blob storage only, right? So why can't we reuse that existing what we already created ls linked service?
so if you want to reuse means both the storages are different, okay, but still both are blob storages. You can do it. That is very advanced concept. You can create a parameters, you can pass the storage name, account keys, those things dynamically. That comes, okay, because at this moment we can't go in that much depth. It is very advanced concept. We will discuss that later. Okay, for now you need to understand like this. Clear, team? Click creating. Fine. Now next what you need to do, let's go to the author tab. So after establishing two connections, source connection and sync connection, now we need to create a one source data set, okay, one sync data set we want to create, isn't it? Okay, come here. So click on this data set. So I want to create what type? New data set. So data set for used for what?
Data set reference actually, source CSV file reference.
It points to the table, it points to the folder, it points to the file. Correct? Now, what we are trying to do, very carefully observe. Now I am establishing the, so data set we need to create for which storage?
Blob
Data
storage.
set we need to create for which storage? Okay, blob. So blob, you search for blob, select blob storage. What files you have? So as I said, for today I can upload a CSV, I can upload a Avro, Excel, JSON, ORC, Parquet, XML, any file format I should be able to read. So in such cases, if you have to handle or any type of files, then you need to go with the binary. If you want to make data set is capable of handling any file format, then you need to go with the binary. But still, for today, even if you go with the CSV data set is capable enough to handle up to Avro, JSON, ORC, Parquet. Excel and XML, it may not be able to handle. Got it, Tim?
Yeah.
So that's why either you can create a CSV or binary. So yesterday I have shown you already CSV, but still we'll go with the CSV. In the future labs, okay, maybe let's go with the binary, because CSV we will discuss in the future also. Shall we go with the binary, team? Yesterday we have seen CSV,
Yeah.
so go with the binary. So this is a DS for blob, which is a source data set. So now which linked service I need to choose here?
Source.
Source.
Source. Okay, because so you are trying to read data from source storage account, means source connection, you need to use it here. Now you see integration runtime, we use it in the linked service we are using in the data sets. Now you need to select browse, select the input folder. So because going forward, very careful observe here, the point you need to very careful observe. Going forward, I may have multiple files also. That's why I should not select only single file. I need to select entire folder here. See here, I am not selecting any file name. I am selecting entire folder. All of you clear on this? I am selecting entire folder, not any particular file. Are you all clear? This is very important step for today lab.
Yes.
With this, click OK. Now again click. So now source data set is ready. Next, what I need to do?
Sync data,
Target
create
data set.
data set for
Tell
sync.
me how I need to create sync data set. Click new data set.
New data
Huh?
set.
So I need to click. I
Blob.
clicked on the data set.
Azure
Next, I
Blob
need
Sync
to
Storage.
blob. Very good.
Blob
Select the blob.
Then choose binary.
binary.
Only. See, one restriction is if source side CSV is selected, sync side anything you can select. But when the source side binary is selected, sync side also you have to select binary type only. It is a mandatory, because source side it can pass any file. So sync also should be capable enough to receive any file type. That's why when the source is binary, sync also must be binary type. Select a binary. Binary means what? Zeros and ones. So DS for blob. This is for the sync. So you have to use a sync linked service, correct?
Yeah.
Now you can browse it, select the output folder. Now click OK. Click OK. Are we good till here?
Yeah.
Any doubts till here? No doubts. Very good. Now let's go to the pipeline. Click on new pipeline. Okay. So name of the pipeline, if you want to change it, you can change it. PL for data ingestion. I want to perform the data ingestion daily. This is how you can rename the pipelines also. Okay. PL data ingestion daily I want to perform. What activity we want to use today also? I want to use a copy data activity to copy data from where? Source data set to sync data set. Okay. Source data set to sync data set. Now source side you have not mentioned which files you want to copy into the target site. Which file you want to copy from source to target site you have not mentioned, because you pointed to the folder. But now you need to use a file path types. Here you need to use wildcard file path. What is meant by wildcard file path? And here if you want to copy a specific file, for example in the input container I want to copy only this file, take this name of the file and go to the pipeline. Here you see under data set I selected wildcard file path. I can give the credit underscore daily.csv. Now you can click debug. So what you are trying to do, from the input container you are selecting only this file, only you are copying a single file from source to destination. Let's see whether this file is copying into the destination or not. Anybody have any doubts in the today lab? Please let me know, team, till here. Now we will be exploring the different scenarios, but pipeline development is completed. If anybody have any doubts, please let me know till here.
Sir, ingestion means in common terminology
Ingestion
what
means you are ingesting data from one place to another place. Okay. See, copy data, files read is one, files written is one team. Let's go and see in the sync side output container, refresh it. You see this file came at 7 o'clock 18 minutes 58 seconds. Now one thing I wanted to do, go to the storage account. I am deleting this container. I deleted the container. Are you all clear? What I did now? What I did?
delete the input.
I deleted the container. What will happen if I run a pipeline now? Tell me. Do you think it will create a container automatically and load the data into that container? Because if you see sync data set, if you see this data set is here, if you click on this, you can see this is pointing to the output container. Now output container is not there in the storage account. What will happen if I run a pipeline? Let's see. Nothing will happen. If container is not available, it will create it. But as we started the labs to make you the things more flexible or easy to understand, I created the output container. But output containers and all, you no need to create output containers. Everything will be created by ADF automatically in case if it is not available. See, files read is one, files written is one already. Pipeline is also successful. If you go to target blob, refresh it, you should be able to see output container. You can also see output container created at 7 o'clock 20 minutes 33 seconds. Go inside output container, you can see the file came again. Okay, now this is the first scenario what we wanted to cover. We completed it. See, first scenario is completed. Now second scenario is we wanted to keep in input folder multiple files, CSV files, JSON files, Parquet files, but I want to copy all the files. Okay, so that's why what you need to do. So sink side I am cleaning the container. You can see very clearly sink side it is empty, correct? Agree, all of you agree with me? Output container is empty. Now going to the input container. In input container, upload, browse for files. Okay, now if you want to like credit underscore weekly CSV file, one more CSV file I am uploading. Okay, and then let me upload some JSON data. So maybe cust.json. Next sales.json. I'm taking two files. I'm taking. Okay, let me also take some Parquet file, browse for file. Okay, now if you see two CSV files you have, then one thing I want to do. 1 second. Cost.csv also I'm saying. Okay, now we are good. Now we have all the files. Now what I want, all these files I want to copy from input container to output container. Output container is currently empty. So how to do that? So same pipeline, source is pointing to the input container. Within that, not only this file, I want all files. If you want all files, you need to put star. That's it. Debug this. See, sink side, we are pointing to the sink. You can see, right? Sink side output container only. Output container is it empty or not? Is it empty or not? Yes. Let's debug this. I just used a star. So now what will happen? It is going to copy all the files from the source container to the sink container. Are we all good or not? See, it is completed. If you see total files read is 7, files written into the sink is 7. If you go to the output container, refresh it, you should be able to see in output container all the 7 files came. See, modified date time is 7:23:57 seconds. These files are loaded. All these files are came here. Clear, team? Are we all good? Okay. Now next scenario, if you look at our scenarios, we have mixed files. We want to copy only .json files. .json files. How to do that? For that, first let me delete all these files. Let me delete all these files in the sink container. See, output container is again I made it as a empty. Source is having all these files, but this time only .json, custard.json, sales3.json. Only JSON files I want to look. For that, you have to do only one small change. Name, file name can be anything, but extension is .json, start.json you need to put. With this, click debug. Everybody is getting. Star means all the files. Start.json means file name can be anything, but extension must be a .json. Clear all of your team? Okay, it is also copied. How many files it copied? Only 2 files it read. 2 files are written into the target. Let's see in the output container. So custody.json, sales3.json. 2 files came into the output. Again, I am removing this. Now I want the file names which starts with the cust. Extension doesn't matter. So I want the files which are starting the name with the cust. See cust.csv, cust.json is there. So let me take the files. For that, you need to say simply cust star, meaning file name starts with the cust. Later it can be cust.daily.csv, cust.json, anything it can be there. Cust star you need to put, so that it is going to load only the files which starts the name with the cust. Got it? Everybody understood? You can see 2 files are written into the target. If you see output, you can able to see cust.csv, cust.json. There is other way also you can able to do this prefixing. That is the fourth scenario, right? This is the fourth scenario. This you can also do it in the other way. That is, let me tell you, okay, this lab we completed prefix with cust, right? Now same lab you can also do it in other way. That is, here you can see prefix will be there. Here you can see cust as a prefix you can. Now here output is empty, right? Output is empty. Instead of wildcard file option, I used a prefix is cust. Let's debug. No need to put cust star and all. Prefix cust, if you give file names which has a prefix is starting the name with the cust, all such type of files will be loaded into the target. Okay. Now you can click on this. 2 files read, 2 files are written into the target. Okay. Clear all of you? You can see cust.csv, cust.json. So the same thing we are able to do it using prefix and the wildcard file option. What all things we discussed? First, given the credit underscore daily.csv file we loaded. Next, we have used a star to load all the files. Next, we used star.cs. Next, we used what tip? Star.json to load only JSON files. Next, we used a cust star to load the files which has a prefix is cust. Next, we have used a prefix option with the cust. Correct? So these are the just small changes we did to fulfill all these scenarios, but connections, everything is same, right? So like assignments, I'll post it here. So very similar to that team, assignments are very similar to that. You will have your. So when we have mixed files in input container, copy only Parquet files from source storage input container to Sink storage output container. When we have a mixed files in input container, copy only CSV files from source storage input container to Sink storage output container. So when we have a sales.csv, sales.json and all, copy sales prefix files from source storage input container to the Sink storage output container. So finally, you have CSV, JSON, Parquet files. Copy only prefix config. Extension is Parquet, meaning config.parquet. The name should be config. Extension should be, name should be config. Extension should be Parquet. Config.parquet. Only such type of files you want to load. You should not load all Parquet files, or you should not load all config files. See, config.json is there, config.parquet is there. Similarly, config.parquet is there, profile.parquet is there. That's why you should not load config.json, config.parquet. Similarly, you should not load config.parquet, profiles.parquet. What you should load is, you should load only config.parquet with the help of the config as a prefix, extension is the parquet. So very simple, you have to put config star parquet. I also given the answer for this. You can explore that. Yeah, so anybody have any questions, please let me know, team. So I'll share these things in the WhatsApp, these assignments. You can work on those things. Anybody have any questions, please let me know.
List of files option will be covered tomorrow.
List of files is nothing. You just, so list of files means it will show you the files that you have. For example, if you go to list of files means you can browse and you can select the files. So the same thing we did it, right? You can select the file. That's it. One file you can select it. Same thing I already completed using wildcard file path. Okay.
Okay.
Complete path you can choose. We won't use a list of files. It is very similar to wildcard. Even prefix also, everything we use wildcard file path only. Prefix and list of files is just to select a one file here. To select only prefix, you can use this. But ultimately, we use a wildcard file path for everything. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions, team?
WhatsApp group, is that created, sir?
Hmm? Speak loud, team.
Yeah, is the WhatsApp group created?
Yes, WhatsApp group is created, and I hope all of you I have added. I told you yesterday, whoever is not added, so please ping me so that I'll add.
Okay, because I was not there in the group, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, ping me after the class. I'll add you. Okay.
Sure.
Any other questions with which relevant to class team?
Malia, in real time, while creating a storage account, the replication factor, so which one we will be using
So that
for
is all
daily day?
based on the based on the client interest, based on the how important data. So for example, some of the areas very frequently disasters are going to happen. So in such cases they want it to be very more cautious, and they have to take a backup in very far from their location. So all based on the project and the client location, they will be deciding, and that will also impact in the cost. So all these factors they will be discussing and they will fulfill. So nowadays, for example, I'll tell you in real time also, when we are ingesting data, so they also tell how much data you are ingesting. So you need to get some approvals before you deploy into the production. So one of the user story which I worked on the last sprint, it was postponing since last 2 weeks, just because we are not getting the approval. The reason why we are not getting approval is from each folder per day I am loading a 50 GB of data. Approximately from 4 folders I am loading 200 GB data daily. So that will be very huge cost. So that's why they are asking why this much data. You just copy whatever is required instead of copying everything. That's where the source side team is giving me subfolders and all. I'm making changes, loading, reducing. Now we brought it down to the 10 GB per folder. Now it got approved and deployed in yesterday. So like that it will be there. Okay.
Thanks, Malia.
Any other questions, team?
Malaya, do we need to delete the resources every day after the labs, like storage,
Yes, I
recovery,
recommend
etc.?
to delete. And one more thing, why I will do from very scratch is because, for example, if you have not attended yesterday session, or if I'm trying to reuse the existing resources, when you are doing the lab, you will get confused. When I'm doing same thing, why it is not working? I think he did something yesterday. So there will be a lot of confusion. That's why if I do everything from scratch today, whenever you are watching, whenever you get some issues while you are practicing, you have to watch only this 1 hour session. No need to watch yesterday, day before yesterday session. Every session is independent, but there is a dependence with yesterday session. But when we are doing that lab, we will not maintain the dependency. Learning dependence will be there, but when we are doing the lab, I'll keep everything from scratch everyday lab. Okay. Next.
Okay.
Any other questions? Final call team. Any questions? Fine. If no questions, then thank you. Thank you. That's all.